You know what? It's the beginning of the year, and I'm going to make a bold prediction. You ready? I think once Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League drops and people get their hands on it and all the reviews come out, I think this should be the death knell for these games as a service type games. I truly think so. And let me rephrase that real quick. There are games that exist right now that offer the games as a service experience, but those are like Fortnite or MMOs. Fortnite works because it's free. I can download Fortnite on my phone, on my computer right now, not spend any money and play the game. Or I can play like Final Fantasy 14. I can pay a monthly subscription and get access to tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of content. That's always going to be the option, either free or, MMO style. The weirdness we've had though these last couple of years of game companies trying to become these like one-stop shop services for games, it's never panned out, and it won't pan out. We saw what happened when they first released footage of this game, right? Huge backlash. We could smell the battle pass. We could smell all the slimy money-making tactics that were at play there. And we didn't like it. And they realized that we didn't like it, so they pushed the game back and they tried to take as much as that out. But that was baked into its DNA. So now you have a game, when you look at it, it's like some half-formed idea now. It's a shell of what it once was, and what it once was wasn't that good to begin with. I know I'm coming off very, 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 very hard, especially as someone who admittedly has not had a hands-on experience with the game, because why would I have? Look at this channel. Who's sending me a review copy? But from what I've seen, and this I am going off of the IGN footage that I know people don't like because from IGN, but the footage is the footage. And I even talked about it on my TikTok, but I'll go into more detail here. But you guys want to follow the TikTok, it's fine. You can do it online. It's cool. Going off that footage, it's kind of everything I and a lot of people thought it was going to be. It seems very much just like a bare bones hero shooter, which doesn't bode well considering the fact that when we hear the words Rocksteady, we're expecting games of the Arkham trilogy quality, where your games makes you feel like Batman. And these games, I don't think you're gonna really feel like Harley Quinn, because when does Harley Quinn, grapple around and use all these kinds of guns, and when she's not just using like her extreme acrobatics and like a hammer or a mallet. Same thing with King Shark. Why is he using a gun when he is a powerful shark monster man? When he could just, rip things apart with his bare hands. Deadshot using guns makes sense. But Captain Boomerang, it's like his whole thing is the boomerang. It's kind of like his gimmick. I don't know why he'd be using other guns, but whatever. And so we already had that going into it. And after watching that footage, it just seems very boring. Real quick, the footage, it's pretty long, but the part of when they're talking about the fight against the Flash, and this is what I also mentioned on my TikTok, in which they're fighting against the Flash, and they're talking about how it's not difficult, it's just repetitive.
I just want to mention that I found this fight incredibly annoying. There's no indication of where the Flash is most times, and he's the Scarlet Speedster, so he's just constantly zipping around the map. That didn't make the fight hard, it just made it frustrating. You get a handful of shots on him before he teleports to the next location, so you're just trying to chase him down or catch him standing in one spot long enough to get hits in before he does it all again. I do wish there was a bit of a he's down, get him moment, but unfortunately it seems like that trope wasn't used here.
Because he zips all over the place because he's the Flash, right? And a lot of people in the comment section were like, oh my God, I can't believe people are talking about how it's so hard to hit the Flash. It should be hard. It should be annoying. And I was like, no, it shouldn't be annoying. You shouldn't be equating a boss fight with annoying, because then that means you did something wrong. People should be engaged. It can be difficult, sure. In fact, lots of people would relish in a difficult challenge, but difficulty and annoyance, not the same thing. If you're playing against like Superman, for example, and all your bullets do 0 damage because he's Superman. That would be annoying, because what are you going to do? Accurate to the comic book, sure. Accurate to the character, absolutely. But is it fun? Is it engaging? No. And nothing really looks fun and engaging in the footage that I have seen, that the footage that's been released. It looks very much just like a almost generic movement action game that they just glossed with superheroes. That they just had the Suicide Squad on. And now I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. This game's not going to do well. It's not. And I'm sorry, Rocksteady. I know you guys put effort into it. I know the developers worked hard on it. I get that. But like, it's not going to do well. There's no positive buzz coming for this game. There is no even good coverage of this game. Hell, Rocksteady themselves aren't really promoting this game. No one's promoting this game. And it comes out February 2nd. Did you guys know that the game comes out February 2nd, the same day that Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash comes out? But you didn't know, because they haven't been advertising it. It also comes out the same day as Persona 3 Reloaded. So it's probably going to lose out to Persona. But what I want to talk about, sorry, I have, my brain sometimes goes on different tracks. But what I want to talk about is why this would be the death knell of games as a service. Simply put, we're tired of that shit. We don't want that kind of gaming. It's almost as if I can get a little more real worldy, it's almost as if this is like the gig economy, right? Where you have these corporations who used to provide a direct service, but now sort of just inserted themselves like a weird middleman between what we want and us getting it. That's how I feel about games as a service. We wanted a video game where you could play as the Suicide Squad members, play as these supervillains as they take out the Justice League. But they had to insert this games as a service, and now we are so far removed from what we actually wanted that there's no way this game could succeed. And you could apply it to literally any other game. If, for example, Marvel Spider-Man 2 was in fact a game that's a live service, that game would have been terrible, right? Because it takes away from what we want from the character, from the experience. Same thing's happening here. This game's not giving people what they want, because it can't, because it never was going to do that. It was trying to give the investors what they wanted, which is an infinite money glitch, which is hilarious because Infinite Wealth comes out this month, and I'm sure that game's also going to outsell this one. This video's getting a little bit mean. It's getting a little bit mean. I don't want to start the new year mean, but I gotta be real with y'all. I don't like the fact that we are still having games come like this. So I'm praying that this is the last of them. Like, truly, this is the last of them. I know video game companies will do anything to make money. That's why we're getting a ton of re-releases. That's why literally next month we're getting this month we're getting a Last of Us Part 2 remastered. The game that came out like 2 years ago, but it is what it is. I'm just so tired of the games as a service. Hey, you know what? Let's have some interaction. Leave a comment. Tell me a game that is a game as a live service that isn't like a Fortnite game that actually works. That's like, it's fun, it's still there. What I mean by not like Fortnite, I don't mean the free one, because the free ones inherently have a low cost of entry. I mean the ones where they want you to pay money, full price, $60, and then expect you to keep playing that game forever and not work as intended. Just let me know. Let me know.